Today is the day we spend on the walkers all day. That gearbox is back on and put together. I used the new style gaskets. This new gearbox will be here today. This is the one that was really loud and obnoxious, and I shipped it back to him yesterday. This is all spare mower parts. Those right there, those are the new style gaskets that Walker uses. So that is what's in that side right there, and that's what will be going in this side here when the new one shows up today. Now, I emailed that guy and said that the one is shot and the box needs to go back, and I'm going to insert a clip right in a second to show you what I mean, because when I told him, I go, can you send me another one? He said, well, you have to go on and pay for another one, order it, and then it'll ship out to you. He said, but as soon as I get that one back, I'll inspect it, and if I think that there's something faulty or it's not working, then I will refund your money. So I'm praying for this guy's best interest that he does not give me a problem on this. But let me show you this clip that I filmed when I took them apart to show you why this one's screwed up. Here it is. So here's the gearbox that was in, that was nice and smooth. I turn it, everything moves nice and smooth in there. I move this shaft, it doesn't move. The bearing right in there, right there. When I move this is like a 16th inch plate, if that. The bearing doesn't move, everything's good, nice and clean inside. The one that was making all the noise, there's tons, I don't know if you can see that, there's tons of metal shavings in there. The whole thing comes in and out. When you twist it like this, it binds and then breaks free. This bearing here, I can push it right out, goes either way. This whole thing, and push that bearing and the whole thing comes in and out. This gearbox is no good. So that's the deal. That one is really screwed up. It has issues. It's super loose inside. There's metal shavings all over inside. The bearing falls in and out of it. It's just, that thing was screwed. But anyway, so tons of new parts coming in today. Actually, yesterday, this is the blower lockout kit with the instructions on how to put it together. That is going on that walker, so that when I run this 56 side discharge, I have the lever to just lock out the blower, which pretty much just disengages the belt so I don't have to take the belt off, which happens to be right here. That's what I did when I put the 56 deck on. New blades showed up yesterday. That's brand new blades. It's 2 sets of blades for that 56 inch deck and that one. The ones on mine aren't too bad. They still got a lot of life left in them. The ones on there, I told you guys the other day, he must have mowed through rocks or something with it. They're shot. So I got new blades are going on both of these today. I need to check the fluid in both of them for the gearboxes, make sure that's where it needs to be. Both of these need greased, air filters blown out to get ready for this week. This one here, also what will be in today is I ordered run flats for the front. They're the run flat tires with the rims. So I didn't order just the run flats, I ordered complete sets. So those will be in today. These caps, I ordered the new style Walker caps. These will be in today. I don't know what else is showing up. That might be it for parts today. But either way, we're gonna get these taken care of and get all this maintenance done. And hopefully in this video too, I will also do this lock. I might just do that in a separate video. That way people can find it easier. Okay, so I just pulled the caps off these gearboxes. You can see that one's kind of low. This one was low. I just put a whole bunch in this one so that it goes across. If you guys saw the other day when I got this deck, I checked them and they were already low, and one was leaking, this one here, and I mentioned that it might be I don't know if there was a leak current or if it was from before and he just never cleaned up the gear fluid that was here. But you know, I ran it the other day and I noticed now that there is fluid there. The reason being, I just took this bolt out that was in this top hole here and I pulled it right out by hand. This bolt was stripped out. The threads in the gearbox are not stripped out. So I have spares of these that I got from the hardware store. So I just ran a new bolt in there and it sucked this up tight. There was a little gap there and that's why it was leaking. So hopefully now that fixes the problem and I don't have to pull the whole thing off and reseal it. So that takes care of that. And now I got fluid in here. I'm gonna wait till they level out, and these should be good to go, and I'll put those caps back on. But here's one of the new sets of blades. I'm gonna put that set on here. Check these gearboxes, they're fine. So I'm gonna put that set on this mower, and then once those are full and I put the caps back on them, then I'll take the other set and put them on that mower. Okay, now the way these Walker mowers work, these blades, if I got the right size, this is 5/32. You just stick that down in there, and then there's a 10 mil nut right on the back of there, and you need these cups to be on each blade. The new blades didn't come with them. You can order it with them, but it's a lot more expensive, and I really have no need to do that. I have a spare set over there, but they're already hooked, or they're already on the set of blades for the MT, my spare set. So these ones have to be switched out, which is no big deal. So you just take that off like that, and then you take one of the new blades. These bolts here are designed to snap off. So if you hit something, these bolts snap off and it lets the blade loose. That way you don't take chances of destroying a gearbox as easy. There's also a shear pin that's on the drive shaft as a backup. So you just stick these bolts back through here. If I can press that through. And then you tighten these back up. You don't want to over tighten them because you will break them. Like I said, they are designed to snap off, and you just tighten them back up. You usually don't have to put this in the other side when you tighten them back up because they're locking nuts and they go on there. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And you put it on there like this one. I didn't have to on that one. This one I do. It's turning. I can feel it on the other side. You just put that in there and snug them up so they're nice and tight. And then this blade's ready to go. Now all the blades are done and ready to go. While I'm under here, I might as well scrape this deck out, get all the crap out of here, and then we'll get these new blades put on, and this mower will be ready to go for another week of mowing. Oh, usually what I do is these all come with a coating on them. So usually they're kind of rounded on the edge. So usually whenever I get new blades, I just take the grinder across them or put them in the blade sharpener and just take that coating off so they're sharp. But these ones are nice and sharp right from the get-go. Now, real quick, we'll cover this just because I know people will ask. They will say, do you use OEM Walker blades? Usually I do, but it depends on the deal that I get. Now, they say aftermarket blades aren't as good, and in a lot of cases that's very true. These are the copperhead blades. I've used them on all the mowers I've ever owned. Whether it's like G5 or G6 Gator blades or regular high lift blades or whatever, the copperhead I've had very good success with. I pretty much use Walker Parts Depot for everything. Some stuff I go to my dealer for. I try to support them as much as I can, but with the cost of Walkers, they are pretty much the most expensive commercial mower on the market. And when you're a solo guy like me, I have real low overhead, but when you're a solo guy like me and you choose to run Walkers, you're gonna have to save money wherever you can. If I decide to save 20 or 30 bucks on a set of blades by ordering them online, then hey man, it is what it is. I can figure out how I'm gonna open it. Well, we're just gonna cut right through it. Okay, so There's one of the new run flats. There's the other one. And these are the new walker caps. This is what they've gone to now. These here. Aren't those pretty neat? They got the walker mower thing right on them. So, I think that's all that is in there. Yes, it is. Nine 9/16 bolt runs through with a 9/16 lock nut on the other side, and it's that simple. Now for these caps, I just stick a screwdriver in there if I can get it in there. If not, just tap it, twist the screwdriver, and they will pop out like that. And then take the new one, put it on there. Tap them on with a rubber mallet. Okay, so now this one has all brand new blades on it. This is what I mean. I didn't show you guys before. You see that? It's like that on all of them. Chewed right up. Now I can put these in the blade sharpener. Look how bad this one is. I could put these in a blade sharpener and bring them back to a factory edge, so I'm going to keep them along with the set off the B there, because those ones aren't too bad. Those ones are right there. Those really aren't too bad. So I'm going to keep all those, and when I get spare time, probably over this winter when I don't have a lot going on, I'll run them through the blade sharpener right here. I have a Neary blade sharpener set at a perfect 30-degree angle. And I'll just work at them for a while. They take a little while, but you can get those right back to a straight factory edge with that 30-degree angle. So I'll work on those over the winter. I'm not going to throw them away. There's a lot of life left in them. But so now they both have the gearboxes. They're all full. Brand new blades on each one. Deck scraped on each one. So now all I got to do is grease those and they'll be done. And blow out the air filters. They both just had an oil change last week. So now the project is getting this thing back together, getting this new gearbox put on here, and hopefully we're good to go. So let's get that done. Okay, now let me show you guys a little trick to how I do this. When I put this gearbox on, I have it laid down and it's just on there, and I get it put on. No big deal, right? But when I'm going to do the other side, because like I showed you guys before, see the notches in there for which way your blade goes? This one here has to be the opposite direction because these blades are timed. So what I do, when I already have one on, I'm putting the other one on, I put it in the vise. I wrap this rag around it so I'm not doing any damage to the teeth on this drive shaft, but I turn it so that one of them is either straight up and down or sideways, either way, and then I clamp it in there. Now, I don't crank down on it, just nice and snug so this drive shaft don't turn. If the drive shaft can't turn, this can't turn. So when I'm getting the other one in, like you set them down in, you kind of wiggle it just a little bit for it to drop down in the teeth that are in the gear there, or in the sleeve that goes over that shaft, and then you can clamp them on. But I do that to make sure that they don't turn. And that's it. and you get them on there. I leave them a little bit loose. They say you should leave them loose until you get them in the deck and get the bolts that mount it to the deck in and snug. That way there's a little wiggle room on these, because if you over crank them you can break these tabs off. I've done it both ways. I've tightened these right up and then put it in there, and I've left them loose and put it in there. I've never broke a tab off, but that's what they say that you could do, so that's how they recommend that you do it. So now we got to get this thing mounted on the deck and get some fluid in here, get the 56 deck off of that MT, get this deck put back on, and we will go from there and see what happens. So I have the gearboxes, I got fluid in them now, waiting for them to level out. I had to put a couple boards under that side of the deck because my concrete here isn't level. So I got fluid in them, and in a little bit I'll put the caps back on and we'll fire this thing up and see if that sound is still there, that horrendous sound. Okay, here's the test. Gearboxes are on, everything's put back together, the blades are on it. I didn't put the blower belt back on yet, but let's see. It has that same hum that all walkers do. That you can hear that gearbox noise a little bit. It's that, you know, that kind of louder hum, but no obnoxious, horrendous metal grinding together noise that I was having. If you don't remember exactly, go back in that last video and check that out, and you will see that it's not the I don't have that noise. It's completely different sound now. It has that loud hum, like I said, like all walkers do, but that noise is definitely gone. So I was right, that gearbox is shot. Hey. Hi, boys. Hi, there's peace. Jacob. You guys saw him in the video where I did the gearboxes originally, and Mr. Noah. But anyway, that problem, hold on a second, that problem is definitely fixed, and now it sounds back to how it used to. I knew that wasn't normal. I knew that wasn't a regular sound, but I'm just glad now that the problem is fixed. Mr. Noah.
Remember you saw me when we were doing the Fort Niagara thing?
Oh, yeah.
Flying your drone over Fort
Noah's
Niagara.
been in a bunch of videos. Jacob has only been in one. Now Jacob's in the second one. You got money for me, Jacob?
No.
Oh. Jacob's not giving me money. So all in all, I would say good day. I got all that stuff done. That 56 deck is ready to go for when I needed to. The new run flats, the new caps, the new blades on it, plus the gearboxes are filled up, ready to go. I fixed that bolt that was stripped out. Hopefully that gearbox won't leak anymore. And that 56 deck is ready to go. The MT, I put the blower belt back on and fired it up again still. I mean, it has that loud walker sound, but it doesn't have that metal to metal sound, that horrible, horrendous sound that it had. So I'm very happy with that. So now I have that one back to bagging if I'm able to, or when I need to, I mean. And these mowers are ready to go again. So I'm very happy that was fixed. We will find out if that guy ends up refunding me the money for that gearbox, since clearly that fixed it. I have the video before and after that shows the difference in it. There's clearly a problem with that gearbox. So we will see what happens, and hopefully everything works out. If it does work out right and he honors it and he does the right thing, I will give you guys his information, and you know, you could go from there if you want to order parts from him. But if not, I will come back and I will tell you exactly who he is, and I will tell you the experience I had, and I will blast that guy all over social media for not doing the right thing. But in this instance, it's worked out so far. So I'm very happy to have that done. One more thing that I did not tell you, I also ordered a chute blocker for this 56-inch deck. I did not go with another power chute like is on the Walker B. I ordered a different brand, so you guys have to wait and see what that is when it comes in. It is a manual chute. It is not the quick chute, and we will see what happens. I'm excited about that. I'm looking forward to it. This 56-inch deck isn't going to be used that much more this year. The week before GIE, I'm going to start with my Monday list, and Billy's going to help me. We're going to do my Monday and Tuesday list on Saturday. We're going to do my Wednesday list on Sunday, and then Monday I'll do my Thursday list, and Tuesday I'll do my Friday list. So I'll get everything done ahead of time, and then Billy and I will go get our hairs cut that Wednesday morning, and then we fly out, I believe, 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that. We fly out Wednesday morning, so I need to get all that done ahead of time. And in that case, I will have the 56 on both mowers, and we'll just knock stuff out with both walkers with the 56s just to get them done quicker. But in the meantime, that's that. And I know this video was long, but I had a lot to cover today. And here I'm going to finish this off with a little clip of Billy mowing the front yard. He did that Friday afternoon or whatever, but he grabbed the camera and recorded it, and I forgot it was on here, so I'm going to add that in now. But thanks for watching, guys, and I hope this helps somebody out. And let's go watch Billy.
I can't wait to leave this town, 'cause lately I've been feeling down. The cold nights just don't feel the same.